It's about damn time. The jury is out, baby. I'll be right with y'all. Give me a second.
To the one you're relying. I've been wondering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind. My mind, it runs. All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need time. I need to free my mind. I need to free my mind now. I really need time. I need to free my mind. I really need my time. Oh, yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me a love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system you cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind it runs. All these thoughts are governing. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my mind. Running to the other side. Time to leave my life. Then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah. I really need my love. I need to free my love.
All right. Let's get this thing started. Glad to see you guys were able to make it. Hope you're having a beautiful, what is this? Tuesday? Tuesday afternoon, yeah. All right, let's go.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
3 times a charm, baby. Yes. Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn. Yes, I am. I'm here live with you on this Tuesday. This is the day that the jury is deliberating finally on this R. Kelly trial. Yes, deliberations are in progress. Listen, I'm only here. I'm just taking a break. I do work, y'all, now, and I'm just taking a break to come and offer some encouragement to everybody as we await the verdict. At this point, it's all out of our hands. It's been out of our hands the whole time. It's been out of our hands, but at this point, it's in the hands of the jury. Yes, no, that was for you. It's in the hands of the jury, though, and just keep your prayers up, stay positive, stay in a positive mindset, and even whatever happens is gonna happen. And I just don't want, you guys to be too deep in these thoughts. I know a lot of y'all are, having some adverse thoughts right now, but you shouldn't. Remember, he's on tape, y'all. He's on video. Okay. Remember that RL, aka Jane, has finally testified over these years. Even and her mother too. And even if their testimony was a little, cloudy, I guess you could say, the truth came out. Okay. And so we're looking the truth finally being able to show its face. I've been telling y'all, this is the age of Aquarius, okay? This is the age of truth, justice, enlightenment, all that stuff. And this is just showing and proving this right here, what's happening right here with R. Kelly. I want you guys to stay up, keep your vibration up. And this is just, honestly for your own benefit, because R. Kelly lived his life. He did his things. He did his shit. And it's not for anybody to suffer with this man. Okay. We have our own lives to live, right? And we have our own lives to mind. This case is important. As far as a big picture, it's important. It's super important as far as precedent goes. And, people want to say, what if this happened to one of your family members? If the tables would turn. Matter of fact, somebody, wait, let me play something I heard. Hold on.
I'm gonna put it like this. I don't know God is done like that, right? But if I knew God is done like that and the roles was reversed and she was in that predicament, I would be fighting the same way for her. The paperwork gotta match it. If the paperwork match up to what these people are saying and not coerced and not none of that, then I'd be like, well, shit. Damn, Robert, you're a bad motherfucker to be doing all that and producing records and touring and doing. A human body can't do that.
Okay. I want to play that because, and shout out to Dana J for being respectful, at least when mentioning my name. I appreciate that. Dana J, he knows what it is over here. But for him to say, I don't know, God is done like that, but if the tables would turn, if this were her and the things didn't line up, I'll be with her too. Well, guess what? The things wouldn't line up. If it were me being accused of anything like what he has been accused of and has been convicted of, let's not forget, he has been convicted. He is a convicted felon. Okay. Sexual abuse, trafficking. Okay. So with that said, they wouldn't be able to keep me one day. The grand jury would have never indicted me. There would have been no trial. Okay, so I just want to say, and there for sure wouldn't have been none of y'all creating YouTube channels to defend me, because y'all wouldn't give a damn. I'm not R. Kelly making the music that y'all made your babies to, as you say. So I just want to provide some perspective to some people, because that type of thinking, I'm trying to think of the proper way to to communicate this. But, to say that, this could happen to this person, this could happen to your son, this could happen to your dad. No, it can't. He has surmountable amount of evidence against him. Videotapes. He is on video. And for people still saying the video isn't him, talking about the mole on his back that moved from place to place and all this bullshit, it is not true. These people are continuing to spread lies. They fed lies to the defense. Jennifer Bongine told some of these lies herself while giving her closings. And her whole court trial performance was based on lies. Let's just be honest. Yeah. So I just want to say, make sure you guys, just stay up. And honestly, be glad it's not you in this whole thing. I know y'all ain't living like this, but he's living exactly the truth that he earned. He earned this. Okay, so he's sitting here looking sad and defeated because this is the life that he chose. This is the thing. This is the future that he chose for himself. 20-something-year-old Robert Sylvester Kelly probably didn't see himself 55 and in court facing yet more on top of a 30-year sentence of time, more time, but he is. And I'm going to play a couple things just because I feel like it. But I just want to, just some of these people, it's the mindset for me. Like, so let's see.
This is just a test and a stepping stone of where God is getting ready to take Robert. And this is the test that Robert has to go through. I can't go through it for him. You can't go through it for him. None of us can go through it for him. Because where God is getting ready to take Robert, the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. That's right. Even though she is a supporter of Robert, I don't think she realized what she was saying. Y'all can't live this for him. You tried your best to control the narrative for him with your YouTube channels. A couple of y'all ended up in motions. A couple of y'all went to jail. One of y'all is on house arrest as I speak because you interfered with this man's trial to the point where you're interfering with his actual attorney discussions, sending information that's not even valid, but you're interfering in this man's life. Who are you to interfere with this man's? You are the reason that he got smacked around and beat up in jail, doing these rallies and cutting up like y'all have been doing. You have not helped him at all. Period. So here y'all are now. Finally, somebody said it. You can't live this for him. You can't stop it. It's done. Okay? It's a done damn deal.
This is the trip that God has to take Robert through in order to get him where he's getting ready to go.
Because he's finna go to prison. The big house. Okay? Now, this is federal, so he will go to a federal prison. As was his RICO trial, which he lost. And I think, G. Washington, there were nerves during New York. But I think because this case, I wouldn't say it has a weight of more importance to it, but it's very significant because this is the case for 14 years. We've been like, that shit was fucked up. That girl, a lot of us already knew about what happened. He hid the family. He hid the girl. It was her in the tape. She was a minor. Years and years, we've known this, but finally things have come to light. And I'm going to just say, remember, everything is in the spiritual first before the physical. These things are already worked out. in the unseen. All we're seeing is everything just showing up in physical form. This is just a reminder of that. Some of y'all don't practice and live this way, but I'm telling you to start looking within, editing your script. Really, you can liken it to a movie. A movie doesn't just appear at the theaters or on your TV all of a sudden. No, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to make a movie, right? You got to cast the movie. You need actors. You need location. You need all kinds of stuff. You need lines. So with that said, your life is like a movie. You are the actor who hires the other actors, because the other people in your life are actors in your movie. You have control over this as the director, the producer, all of that. Our lives are literally up to us. Like, you don't like what you're seeing in your life, you go in and you edit, just like a filmmaker would. And you can re-release your film, re-release a different version of your film, rename it, call it 2.0, call it Deuce, whatever you want to say, but it's your movie. R. Kelly produced his movie. He liked producing movies, right? Directing, producing, he loved it. Too bad he didn't go that way. He could have been the Pornhub of today. Legally, of course. We're talking doing it with legal, consenting adults. But he could have been a porn filmmaker. I mean, this seems to be where his energy was at. But back to our own lives and his life being it's his life. This is what he did. So for people to be mad at people like us who have an adverse opinion from them about this person, it's misplaced. We actually have, obviously a right to our opinion, but everything that's happening with him was designed by him. Robert Sylvester Kelly designed his life to be what it is in this moment. In this moment, he's facing a jury who has his life in their hands. No one did this but him. Bring the weed, UT. Bring it. Lucky Penny says she got the liquor. Yeah, we definitely need to have a verdict party. But yeah, people need to understand that you can't live this for him. The people who are rooting for him, I'll say. You can't live this for him. Y'all did enough interfering. I saw somebody trying to get a mobile billboard to go around the courthouse again, because they tried to do this type of stuff in New York. It is illegal to do this type of stuff at a federal court. But these are the types of things that these people have in their head. They want to help him so bad because they don't believe in him. The truth is, they don't believe in him. Yeah, they'll blame it on the system. They'll blame it on the government. And it is true. I've always been outspoken about the government. My whole life, I've been somebody who has spoken out against racism, systemic racism, laws, and like how they are unfair. A lot of them, most of them, because they were designed to go against people like us, right? But what were we taught? We have been taught to walk a straight line, not give them any ammunition, right? Most of us are law-abiding because we know better, because we know if we put our foot on the line that other people are actually able to cross, we're going to get smacked. We're the ones that's going to get, locked up for even thinking about something, let alone doing it. But the reason your boy, Robert Sylvester Kelly, not only crossed that line, but he went way out of space with it, okay, is because he was R. Kelly, okay, because he was R. Kelly. R. Kelly, the superstar, the pop, the R&B king. And this is why the government presented that Grammy executive in the beginning of the trial to establish the tone, to set the tone, to say, look, this guy, he's no ordinary guy. He is no ordinary man. This man had the influence of a king, okay, when it comes to just everyday people in his space. Now they were able to prove it in New York. And I honestly have all the faith that it's being proven here. But we do have to remember we're dealing with human beings. This jury, they're made up of humans. If you guys remember, we had a juror who suffered a panic attack yesterday. And she said she can't stand one more minute of it, not one more minute. And what I feel even intuitively is that it was so disgusting. Not only, everything that was involved in this trial was horrible. And people want to say, well, it was nothing but liars and scumbags. The jury's going to see this. Guess what? Yeah, the jury is going to see that. And the reason the trial is even in play, and I keep saying this, but I have to repeat it, is because of the liars and the scumbags in the first place. That's the whole point of the trial, to say that it was obstructed because there were liars and scumbags doing this dude's bidding. And of course, when you get the liars and the scumbags on the stand to say that they were doing his bidding, and they're doing it under immunity, they're going to finally tell the truth. But they're also going to be who they are, which is a liar and a scumbag. They're not going to change who they are because they're on the stand. They're showing who they are now, as well as who they were at the time that they were helping Robert Sylvester Kelly obstruct the 2008 trial. Hide the fact that he was sexually abusing minors, as well as filming them. And those tapes meant so much to him, he had to carry them around with him everywhere he went, in a nondescript gym bag. Yeah, he did that. Everybody knows he did that. Come on now. I don't live in Chicago. I know Chicago knows. There's a lot of people in Chicago who want to play like, oh, no, not my Robert. Robert is Chicago. Well, if you feel like Robert is Chicago, I feel really sorry for your city. It's very obvious. Chicago's in trouble. It's been in trouble. What they call it, Chirac. I did a whole tarot reading on the city of Chicago, and it was interesting. And it definitely started from the beginnings, the mafia. But Chicago has a lot of things going on that I have to make room for it. So I have to pull a couple of pictures up. Oh, by the way, I want to thank y'all for supporting the channel. Looks like I surpassed 2 million views 3 weeks ago. I just saw it today, actually, a couple days ago. But yeah, thanks to the trial action, because my numbers are going up during this trial. So I appreciate everybody's support. And I also want to encourage you to stick with us even after the trial, okay? Because we do this with not just R. Kelly, but in just different topics. We cover different things all the time. We give commentary on what's going on in the world. But yeah, thanks for the 2 million views and growing in a short period of time. I think that's pretty damn good, especially for me not having shown my dang face, no matter how cute I am. But no, I just want to say thank you, though. I really do appreciate you guys. But let me pull up these pictures I want to show you real quick. I actually have to delete pictures in order to make some room, so give me a second. It's hard to delete any of these pictures. Okay, we'll do this one. So I'm talking about the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, and the fact that it's in trouble, it's been in trouble. It looks to me like R. Kelly just became a product of his environment, but because of his fame and his fortune, he was able to just take that to a whole different level. Um, but people, I've heard people say, that's Chicago. Men, this is what they do with the younger girls. Doesn't mean it's okay to continue. And that's why we're here, because we want to make sure this shit has to end, man. Y'all got to stop this stuff in your families. These generational curses need to be transformed into blessings. Catch my shot of love from last Sunday. I talk all about that and exposing secrets, because this is the time to do that's what the era we're in. The age of Aquarius is about exposing, and not just exposing, but people actually getting the accountability and the consequences that they actually have earned. So I want to say, you're right, Lucky Penny. You're right. And that's the reason I have, I'm telling you. But so just a day or two ago, Illinois passed a purge law. Hundreds of inmates expected to be freed once the Safety Act goes into effect on January 1st. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard about this purge law. And it's not going to just be in Illinois, but this is the first I guess news I've seen that it actually is going to affect like on January 1st. But if you're not sure what the purge law is exactly, they're saying that Illinois, they're going to enact these non-detainable offenses effective January 1st, 2023. Aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, threatening a public official. All these things are going to be non-detainable, which means you're going to get a ticket. Instead of getting arrested and going to jail, you're going to get a ticket. Or not you, but the person who is carrying out this offense. Somebody and robs your house, they're going to get a ticket. Kidnapping, they're going to get a ticket. Isn't that, I think trafficking might even lump into that. I'm not sure. But now somebody could get all up in your face and threaten your life, and even aggravated battery, they can assault you. And they're going to get a ticket. Drug-induced homicide. So that means somebody can get drugged up and go kill somebody, and they're going to get a ticket. Now, this doesn't say that they don't have to come to court and go through the processes of that, but who's going to go to court if they kill somebody and they get a ticket for it and they were on drugs at the time? This is a problem. This is where our world is heading. And thank God, abuse of minors, sexual abuse of minors, and the R word, I don't see that on here. Doesn't mean it's not a part of it, because honestly, I didn't, I have to read the full information, the full law, and everything it entails. This is just a little snapshot. And I will be discussing this further on a regular live when we get back to that. And hopefully we will be back to that by Saturday. If the jury comes back, we'll go back to our regular lives. Hopefully the jury will be back in before Friday. Today is Tuesday, a couple days. I mean, it's a lot of information for the juries to go through. So it's going to take them time. And not only that, they're going to have to agree on each of the charges, guilty or not guilty. And then, mind you, I don't think the alternate juror, because the juror, if as an alternate juror, you are made to sit and listen as a juror, just like you are a juror for the entirety of the trial. Now, I know that the judge dismissed the alternates at this point unless they need to be called. But at this point, they've heard everything. And now they have the evidence that they're pouring over, and then they're discussing it and deliberating over everything. So I just want to say that things are heading in a different direction. The campaigning for what were they calling it, defunding the police? It sounds like a good idea until they take you seriously and say, well, we won't just defund the police. We just going to stop arresting people, period. We just going to let people, do what they want to do. We'll give them a ticket and then let's see what happens. Thank you, Lucky Penny. I appreciate the donation. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, you're right, Lisa. They are ready to go home. Just like I said, this one that had the panic attack, um, I think she was probably not the only one feeling like that. A couple of them might have been mad that it wasn't them. They probably was like, damn, I should have thought of that. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't realize what they signed up for when it came to this case. Um, the video clips alone, I think it was 30 minutes of several clips from the 3 tapes. 30 minutes of that, I mean, it's hard to swallow. And that wasn't an intended pun. But yeah, everybody got their say today. The closing arguments were done in their entirety. Government had two times up at the podium. Bonjean had her little way, and we're going to do a recap as we do this evening. I just wanted to come in though to set the tone for y'all, just to give y'all some, encouragement. Like I said, Bo Brindley was up there. I think Bo Brindley's sent that juror. I think it was during his argument that she was like, I gotta go. I can't do this. Because people want to say that the government over seasoned or over peppered the jury. But the defense could have also done the same thing. And it's also, I saw somebody comment that Illinois doesn't like, or Chicago, maybe they said, doesn't like a hostile witness. And I think they were referring to Pauline. Well, do they like hostile attorneys? Because these attorneys, including Bonjean, were very aggressive and nasty towards these women who were children at the time that these things took place. 20 years have passed. These people have families. They're married in some cases. And in a lot of the cases, they tried to bury what they experienced. So to try to dig this stuff up for this trial out of your psyche that you thought you put away, it's not easy. You're not going to remember every detail. And I'm sure the jury, as humans, as the human beings they are going to understand that everybody's not going to remember every detail from 20 years ago. Now, with regard to Tracy, I think this is Bonjean's biggest blunder, to be very honest, because she spent a lot of time haggling with Tracy over the fact of whether she was 16 or 17 during her encounters with R. Kelly. When the fact is, this is a federal case, and under federal law, under 18 is the age, not 17. 17 might be state law, but 18 is federal law, and we are in a federal case. And on top of that, it is also federal law, the age of 18, when dealing with someone of influence, someone of power. No matter what the state law, even if it was a state case, because he is R. Kelly, it's 18, baby. It's 18 and up. Anything younger than that is a crime. It's a crime, okay? It's on tape. He has the testimony, as the judge mandated, is the evidence. The testimony is the evidence, and the testimony has been said. So I just wanted to hammer some things in before we get to the nitty gritty of the details that happened in court tonight. Absolutely. Hey, Alexis, I see a few of y'all who I've not seen in my chat before, so I appreciate y'all coming in. It could be the time of day. But yeah, I appreciate seeing y'all here. I just wanted to make sure we connect today because I'm feeling y'all, okay? I'm feeling y'all. But I really just want to keep you guys in a positive state of mind. And as a matter of fact, if you guys are able to do so right now in this moment, I'm trying to get my music together. Let me get a good instrumental, but I want us to, let's take a couple of deep breaths and send some light and love to the jury. Close your eyes if you can. Get comfortable. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Release all that anxiety you're holding on to, possibly fear. If it's that, let it go. Send that inner light that you have with your breaths. Push that exhale out and send that right to the jury. I want you to have your eyes closed and imagine the jury sitting there and they're talking, deliberating, going over all the evidence. I want you to send them this light for the truth. I want you to also send it to the survivors, the ones who stood on the stand, the ones who took the stand, and as well as the victims who have not come out, the ones who have dealing with their own situations right now, who are really probably looking at this case to decide, do I finally want to speak out? Maybe if this works out for them, I can actually get justice in my own situation. Maybe I can tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are, even in R. Kelly's case, looking at R. Kelly like, well, damn, I'm so glad they spoke up for me. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So yes, everybody, thank you. Yeah, we're sending love and light to that jury. Send love and light to Chicago as a whole, because I'm telling you, our people are suffering. I mean, this is like, I mean, everywhere. It's happening everywhere, all over the world, of course. But Chicago has been highlighted for years and years for the corruptness and the murders, and especially of the youth. It's just really sad. And the fact that R. Kelly comes from this speaks volumes. You know, at one point I might have felt sorry for R. Kelly, but if I have the video, I'm gonna have to try to play that tonight, where he says 30 years, they should have did this 30 years ago. It's that type of non-remorseful, cocky narcissism that just makes me sick to my stomach, and actually cheer on the fact that he's about to get time on top of time. Time on top of time. Can we get that in the chat? Time on top of time, y'all. Time on top of time. Yes. Yes, KP. Revealing brings pain and purpose. Exactly. There's a light at the end of that tunnel when you're coming clean. So like I said, Catch My Shot of Love from Sunday is called, I think it says like Exposing It All, Expose It All. And that's like a 21 minute video. Time on top of time, y'all. Time on top of time. Yes. Yes, no. Yes, thank you, Christy, for the hearts and the bells. Time on top of time. Yes. That's what's happening, y'all. So let's see. And I want to also say, you know, there's, I think there's 13 charges in this case. We're going to need to look at that too, and go through all the different charges. Time on top of time. But some of the charges, I mean, you know, he does have 2 co-defendants. I believe McDavid will get some time. I honestly believe, I don't, you know, it's hard to say on June. I'm not getting a lot of energy. I can't feel anything when it comes to him. And it could be just because he's been like under a rock during this trial, probably on purpose and probably strategically. And that was smart to stay quiet as much as possible. But you're right. The light is coming at him, huh? No. With a freight train coming his way. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully R. Kelly will finally, you know, come to get, like Republic Rat Hay is saying, getting the help that he finally needs. But I don't know. I kind of feel like he's kind of liking where he's at. I think he's good. So the people who are wanting him out so bad and crying over him and out here shaming victims and wanting to ask people, like, I just don't understand either the people who say his own people are on YouTube crucifying him and shaming him, and this his own people. Well, whose people are the victims? Are we not their people too? I'm thinking I'm more of the victims' people than I am R. Kelly's people. I think the victims relate to me more, and I relate to them more as a woman, as a Black woman, and somebody who empathizes, I'll say, empathizes with people who are victimizers. I'm closer to the victims, and I'm claiming them as my people more so than R. Kelly. So stop saying that his own people are doing him in, because he's doing his own self in. And absolutely, they have the right to feel how the hell they want, but they don't have the and just like I have the right to feel the way I want, and just like I can say what the hell I want to say about what they say, because if they want to say that I'm unfairly crucifying this man and all of this stuff and directing these shots over to the people who don't support him, I'm gonna speak on it. So don't be mad coming in here with your all caps. I know they can feel however they want. I just want to tell my people, who are the people that are here, if in case they're listening to those people, as I do sometimes, reassuring you that these people are steeped in his case the way they are because some sort of way they connect to feeling the way he's feeling right now. The way that he feels, the shame, the guilt, whether it's because they were victimized or because they have been victimized or because they are victimizing others, they feel him for whatever reason. I don't at all. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are good in the chat. You guys are good. But yeah, there's a lot. I think most of the supporters of the victims are just quiet because they're not even invested in this at all. I have a lot of subscribers because when I first joined YouTube, I was doing tarot cards, mostly beginning with Azriel, Joycelyn. Like that is how my channel grew real fast and initially, and then it like slowed down. It's because when the Surviving R. Kelly came out, people had a great interest. People really love the tarot cards too. I need to get back to that. But people lost interest when they saw everything he's facing. They're like, yeah, he's guilty. What's next? He's guilty. What's next? I'm living my life. I'm not going to spend my time worrying about what's going to happen with him because he's guilty. And whatever does happen with him, he deserves. Okay? He deserves it. And I'm not going to fret over it. So a lot of people who support victims are just living their lives. They've said their prayers and they're moved on. They're not on YouTube like me. And I didn't even realize this was going to turn into this. Like I came on here doing my tarot cards and all that. But as a vlogger, I have done blogging and vlogging in my past. A couple of my sites are still up. I'm not going to tell y'all what they are. But yeah, I've been doing this. This is not new for me. But I didn't realize this was going to turn into me, Kelly. It wasn't ideal. This is not my ideal like commentary, but it's necessary. Okay, this is a community that has been built on the truth. Okay, and that's what it's going to stay. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining me. I will be back later with my queens, hopefully, and my kings with the recap for today's trial. And I'm praying they come back with this verdict sooner rather than later. We're just going to have to keep our eyes and ears open. If you hear anything before you see me say anything, please email me or put something in one of the comments and I will see it. Teamwork helps the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. There you go. And y'all are my team, my warrior team. And I appreciate you greatly. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Much love. Bye.